Koenig is 25-2. He's a senior. Toby Alvarez, also a senior, 16-2. The tri-captain for the Golden Eagles. Alvarez, second in the FCIAC a year ago. Koenig is the defending FCIAC champion. They're going at it. This is 215-pound action.
This should be a lively match. You know, there's been a lot of nice performances today, and I think one of the greatest performances has been by this team of referees. I think they've done a great job in keeping the match under control and making fair calls, and led by the leader of the group, Pete Romano, and Mike Morris we talked about. Nick Giancola has done a fine job, and John Kwiatkowski have formulated a crew that's just done an outstanding job.
And they've done a great job on our mics, giving our audience an understanding of what's going on inside that circle. No score with 1:20 left first period. Koenig in the green for Norwalk, and Toby Alvarez is in the Trumbull brown and gold.
Both of these wrestlers have taken their turn wrestling in dual meets for their respective teams at heavyweight, but for a tournament play, they're down here at 215, and very, very effective wrestlers at that weight.
Keep working.
Koenig throwing Alvarez
Way to go, keep shooting.
off the mat.
Good match.
Koenig is the defending FCIAC champion.
.30 seconds left.
Keep working.
No score. This is 215-pound action.
Toby Alvarez converts that takedown. It was actually a strong, aggressive move by Gary Koenig, but he couldn't convert it, and Toby Alvarez countered it very nicely and ended up with the 2 points.
2-0 for Alvarez. 3 seconds left in the period.
Okay, you're up. You're down. Face me.
Well, when these guys hit the mat, we can feel it.
Don't get on. Don't get on, so I tell you. Don't get on, so I tell you. All set? Okay, get on.
That was a quick escape.
1 point on the escape. It's 2-1. Alvarez on top of Koenig as we go to the second period of this 215-pound match. And Koenig will start on the mat.
All set?
Toby's got his fans in the stands.
Caution, green.
They're going to give a caution to Koenig for a quick start.
Okay. You all set, Red? Okay, get on.
They're big boys.
Twirling, spinning out of bounds.
Get down.
It's about 430 pounds flying at you.
Okay, get on.
I'm impressed with how quickly Gary Koenig moves from the bottom. He moves in a hurry.
There it is right there, the escape to tie the match at 2. 1:40 left, second period. The heavyweights are on deck.
Toby Alvarez will be heading to Ithaca College, great wrestling school, next year.
Koenig third in the state open a year ago. Both wrestlers now trying to grab the other's leg.
Nice spin move.
2 points
Toby Alvarez.
for Alvarez. He's up 4-2 now with under a minute to go. Just under a minute, 56 seconds in the second period.
One of the things that I've noticed throughout the whole lineup is that all these wrestlers are in great shape. This is a sport that just demands that you're in tip-top shape, and these guys work very hard week in and week out in the wrestling room, and it shows here.
And we should say this is a conference title on the line, but there is more wrestling for all of these wrestlers. Next week is the state class meets.
That's right, so they get to do it all over again.
Right, and then they have the state open the following week. So there's plenty of wrestling to be done for all of these wrestlers, win or lose in here in the FCIAC. But what I like so much about the FCIAC, John, is that there's so many teams in it, and the caliber is so high that it's basically the equivalent, at least of when you divide the state into classes, you're really getting probably a truer test of your ability here in the FCIAC than when you go to the state level when you break it down into classes.
I think you're absolutely right, and the FCIAC championship, or to be an FCIAC championship, is a very valuable thing to all of these kids, and consequently, I think they turned the flame up a little bit higher for this tournament.
That's the end of the second period, and it is 4-3.
Gary Koenig was very close to nailing that takedown, but ran out of time.
Toby Alvarez on top by a point over Gary Koenig as we go to the third and final 2-minute period at 215 pounds. The team title has been decided. If you're joining us a little late, it's nothing new. Danbury has won it for the 11th consecutive year, but not before Norwalk put on quite a charge in the lighter weights, drawing even at one point before falling back and losing the team title, maybe by 8, possibly by only 4 points. The escape right there.
Alvarez up now 5-3. And Gary Koenig has to go to work here to secure a takedown.
1:35 left in the match.
That's what middle.
And this is the point when you're in the third period and you're within a takedown that they're gonna start to look for stalling moves on the part of the wrestler who's ahead. You can see Tony Alvarez is doing a lot of backstepping right now. Now he's trying to keep it in the center.
Keep working.
1:15 remaining.
But it is really up to Gary Koenig to take it to him. He's got to set up his takedown and hit it.
Action.
Koenig of Norwalk trailing, going for the shot on the left leg of Toby Alvarez, who leads 5-3.
He's
under
nice
a minute
and
now.
deep on that leg.
And he relaxed his hold a bit.
Trying to move up his body, get his arms around his waist. And Toby Alvarez has him tied up. Inching along with the seconds ticking away. And he has converted it. It's now tie score. And Toby Alvarez tried to make a move and ended up on his back and is going to get back points against him.
25 seconds remaining. Alvarez is finished. The pin comes late, but it counts. Gary Koenig pinning Toby Alvarez with just 24 seconds remaining in the match. Alvarez loses a 2-point advantage and then gets pinned for the victory. Gary Koenig winning at 2:15.
We're going to see this pin again, and Koenig comes around on the 2-point move, and Alvarez is trying to move out to secure a reversal, but he gets sucked back in by the Norwalk wrestler and put on his back. And just like in a heavyweight fight, when there's a lot of knockout punches that happen at these heavyweight bouts, and here you've just seen one in the form of a pin.